We're just gonna start in a minute. So, okay. So, hello everyone. Um, Yasin Bey, if my voice is not good, just let me know. Maybe you can
Good.
take over.
It's
So,
good.
hello everyone. My name is Murat Baday. I'm a Magnimind co-founder and Stanford scientist. And we've been working on this AI space almost past 10 years, specialized in medical AI. Dr. Geran is also co-founder with me. He is faculty in San Jose State University. Prior to that he was in Santa Clara University and Caius University faculty. So we founded Magnimind Academy a while back. It's almost 10 years, focused on data science and AI training. And we saw the need for training and awareness in AI and data science. And we built a company with our colleagues from Stanford and Silicon Valley. So we have meetup groups. If you're not a member of any of meetup groups, please join there. And you can see the one on the top from Silicon Valley that we actually announce all our events in those groups. So, and also our YouTube channel have all this rich content. Welcome to subscribe those social media channels like YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. And I will actually will talk with Dr. Geran. We'll talk about our special program, which we don't see something similar. And we focus on that for a while. And it's called mentorship slash internship program. And we address the needs for people to get job in this space, especially as a competitive space is getting more harder to find jobs, especially after AI. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Either in the chat or in Q&A session, you can ask your questions, and more recommending Q&A. So, I mean, in general, data science has been a hype, and but more people getting into it. There are more jobs available, but that much more people getting into it. What you really need are more like a leverage and distinguishable skills. That's why as a Magnimind Academy, we focus how we can make you distinguishable. So average data scientist is getting more higher than average engineer jobs. And especially if you were like our training more focused on FANG companies for you to ended up in FANG companies. So their job like salary is like 50 to 70% higher than average. It's a good space, is but more hype, more supply, more demand. So our goal, how you can be distinguishable. So just giving an example that it really is a real life story that candidate A, 5 years experience, advanced degree, cannot really find a job in the FANG interviews, which is supposed to be easy to get that interviews. Whereas the candidate B focus more on proven hands-on skills and real-world projects and are able to get interviews and FANG companies. So it is all about strategy and mentorship, and it's just so many people you need to get support from. So this is again like everyone else getting big tech companies getting top skills, companies getting jobs. So it is really open-ended. Once you start a job in AI and data science space, your way, we call it highway. You can just go higher and higher because it's open-ended. Compared to many other IT areas, it's just really capped. So you cannot really go beyond some salaries in so many engineering jobs. So coming to point, there are really three challenges for people to find the jobs in this data science and AI space. So limited mentorship, real world problems. They don't really like, people do go to programs, boot camps, master programs, but they really don't have that experience about from real world projects. So what they learn capstone projects is just many times outdated, and also everyone is doing it. You are not distinguishable. And many people have a problem with experience because they don't do full stack jobs. A lot of people do the capstone project. They don't start from scratch. They learn from somewhere and they feel like they're doing project, but eventually they are not able to troubleshoot or take it project from scratch to end. So what we really offer is a summary with Magnimind, real world projects. We have 5+ mentors assigned throughout our programs. And we offer that's actually one of the packages. We offer company experiences. We affiliate you with Silicon Valley companies, which you work on real projects and company experience, and also Silicon Valley exposure. We value is high because it's a very dynamic. Things move really fast. If you have that mindset that you work in Silicon Valley mindset, you're able to catch the trends, you're able to land the next jobs. And more importantly, we have crew from academy and industry. So our mentors from both world and brings you the advantage of both world. So like in other more details, we have one of the things, career support, mock interviews and job interviews. This is one aspect of our programs. And we make sure your resume's ATS proof is ready, seen by hiring managers. That's why we have those coaches. We have these mock interviews. And our strategy mostly focused for you eventually landed up in the FANG companies. And then it's basically, we do FANG application strategy. And mentor guided portfolio, we try to get you referrals, real life project experience, industry connections, and also, I mean, through the mentorship, we also get negotiation skills, landing job skills. So, and we have those three programs. I will let Dr. Jaran to talk about those, what each program offers and which details.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you, Dr. Badai, for the introduction. So I want to talk about the program. Before we start talking about these three sets of offerings, I want to emphasize one thing. So our program is not a traditional bootcamp program. Okay, so we are not competing with bootcamp programs. It is not a traditional master's program, a data science master's program. And we are not accepting too many students. So we have limited spots. So our program is actually for filling gaps. So those who are interested in working on projects and then working one-on-one with mentors on projects. So that's what our program is offering. So the program is divided into three main sections. All right. So in the first section, before you start with the program, we talk with you. We assess your background and then see if you need any help in fundamentals, say machine learning, statistics, Python. So those are fundamental. Then we can even add deep learning, NLP, right? So these are the building blocks of the projects. So if we see that you need help in those areas, what we do is we assign a data scientist, which is going to work with you again one-on-one. So it's not a classroom setting. So you are going to receive individual assignments, and then you're going to be having meeting with your mentor. You're going to be reporting what you did, and then we are going to follow you up. So that is for you to get ready for the projects. So this may, again, the duration of this first period can change from one person to another. Some students even don't need that. That's why we have the intermediate and advanced tracks. So if you don't need that part, if you say, hey, I don't need, I already have the background, I already finished. So by the way, a lot of our students coming from master's programs, they already finished a data science program. They already say they have a strong sound background. And some of our students had no background at all. So they had some exposure to programming, and then they just wanted to get into AI. So we had different students from different backgrounds. And depending on your background, again, this duration may change from a couple of weeks to 8 weeks. So that is the first part. So this first part is if you are in, like, if you don't need this part, then what you're gonna do is we are not going to ask you to, go through this first part, and then you're just going to start working on projects. So if you are a beginner, then you're gonna be following that beginner track, and then you will finish the first part of the program. Now the second part. In the second part, you're going to be assigned with, again, a mentor. So by the way, in this part, you're going to have 2 or 3 mentors. But for each phase, you're going to be working with a single mentor. And then each mentor will just hand you off to the next mentor. So what we're going to do is we are going to work on projects, and then we divide this into 3 phases. In the first phase, you're going to be working on machine learning projects. In the second phase, you may be working on NLP/LLM projects. In the third phase, you may be working on deep learning/image projects. So what we want to do is we want to introduce you different types of projects, and then, depending on your skill set, develop your skill set. So you can deal with images, you can deal with text, you can deal with AI agents. So, and then you can deal with some traditional predictive models. And again, each project is going to take 1 week. So say there are 6 projects in this second. So first phase was for students who need some help in filling the gaps in their background. Second is 6 projects. Second part is 6 projects, and then 2 projects you're going to be working with 1 mentor, 2 projects you are going to be working with another mentor, 2 projects maybe another mentor. Sometimes it may be that you may be working with the same mentor depending on the project. We are very flexible. We have a number of projects you can choose from. The projects come from different topics. So if you are interested in retail, if you are interested in manufacturing, if you are interested in healthcare, I don't know if you are interested in other topic, like what is it, like especially in for images, for example. So we have projects for that. We also have some students who are interested in their own projects. That's also good. So we work with your project then. So that's right now, that's what I'm doing. So we have a student, he's developing his own projects, and then we are working on those projects together. That's also possible. So our goal in the second part of the program, which you have to finish 6 projects in 6 weeks, is to make you ready for the third part. Okay. So this third part is available for only the beginner track. So in the third part, we have a long-term project, which is gonna be at least 9 weeks. And the project is going to be vague, not too structured. It's actually a real company project. So you'll be working with a team, and then you are expected to make contributions. So this is going to actually let you gain some experience. You can even put this into your resume. So I worked on this project with this company. So sum up, we have 3 tracks. The beginner track is going to go through all these 3 pieces. So background, 6 projects, and an affiliated company long-term project. If you are intermediate, if you want to go with the intermediate track, so this time, again, we are going to work with you on 6 projects, and then we are going to help you develop your interview skills. So we're gonna give you 10 mock interviews. You have to finish 2 of them before you are graduated from the program. And then we're gonna we're gonna support you after you finish your projects. And then anytime you have an interview, this happens. So students come back to us, say, hey, I have an interview next week. So can you help me? So sure. So we schedule mock interviews and then make you ready for the interview. If you are saying, hey, I don't need any of these projects, I don't need any of those the initial part of the program. So I'm all good. I'm all very confident. I know what machine learning is. I know what the statistics is. I finished so many projects. All I need is I need someone to talk to, go through, have some mock interviews, sharpen my interview skills, and I just want to get ready for my next interview. Then you can pick the advanced track. So we don't have too many students picking that advanced track. I always suggest, even though you claim you have a strong background, make sure that you go through a couple of projects. That will also help you get ready for your interviews. In short, so if you are new into this area, please consider beginner track. Okay, so a lot of students in the beginner track, they really, really appreciate this first part. So in the first part, they learn the basics, fundamentals. Before they get to start with the second part, we ask them to finish a project and then deploy that project and then present that project to a group of data scientists. We are also joining that presentation. Okay, so that is for beginners. And then the second part begins. This is for beginners and intermediate track, 6 projects, very flexible. We have a number of projects for you. You can also bring your own project. We can work with you. Okay, that is for beginner intermediate. The third part is only for the beginner track, which is going to be a long term, at least 9 weeks. A lot of students do not stop after 9 weeks. They keep continue working on the project. They're very happy with actually working on the project. So it's up to you. So then you're gonna start working on that 9-week long project. So that is a summary of the program. Again, we are not competing with the traditional bootcamp programs or the master's programs. We are offering something different that is complementing what they already have. Okay, so and then we don't have too many spots. It's a very individualized program. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you. Dr.
So I will just add a few things more. Thank you, Dr. Jeran. So there are really some of these projects that students working with different companies, and actually we do a lot of medical AI project with Stanford / some companies out of Stanford. And students work on healthcare robot project and like basically targeting elderly patients, developing AI medicine models. And this is really a next generation projects, to be honest. And sports medicine, students working on really developing models to track the athletes before they go injury and they warn them. And this is really a project with Stanford doctors and then doctors from Golden State and earthquakes. And they are trying to prevent patients, athletes injuries beforehand. And there is a AI finance projects, mostly in AI, building AI indicators for finance and algo trading / AI platforms. A lot of cancer detection projects, and this is like a lot with Stanford. There is from industry partners, there are a lot of marketing and optimization of ads and optimization of marketing efforts. Those are really some of these projects student has been working on. There we have like a lot of projects that you might be able to select from. The way it works, we understand your background interest after you finish your, if you're in 24 weeks program, after you finish your 15 weeks, we try to match you with the projects that you're interested in, areas you're interested in. You're saying that I'm interested in like medicine, finance, marketing areas. We get you match for that projects and mentors. So you're getting a lot of things. There are 3 things you're getting. And first, you're learning how to build project from scratch to end and deploy it. That's really important. And second is you learn how to pass the interviews, like interview question, interview prep. And then third, you learn also how to get an interview that's different than passing interviews. So we have like 3 different really strengths. That's why we do a lot of coaching parts along with the project parts. And If you have any questions, please let us know. And we have actually this week fall, we're starting fall batches. And when I say batches, we do individual programs, like we get people in batches, so we match them properly. And maybe sometimes we're able to take students maybe between the batches, depends on if available from companies, and sometimes we don't get anything till New Year, for example. Next year will be New Year. So if you're interested in make an application, and then we review it, we get you an interview, we try to make you as fast as possible. If you're qualified for the program, get you started. If you miss this deadline, you may prepare for the January deadline. Let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah, Dr. Moday, just one thing. So when we say interview, we are not going to ask you like it's not a company interview. We just want to understand your needs, your background, so that we can help you better. Okay, so please, if you lack certain if you feel like I'm not ready, don't be discouraged. So talk with us. Let's understand where you're coming from, what you want to do. Maybe we can help.
Yep.
All right, I think everything was so clear, so we don't have any questions. Please feel free. Otherwise, that's all we wanted to share today. Thank you very much for participating, listening. Thank you.